All right, so you know how sometimes you get an app idea, like a really good one,
Oh, yeah.
and you think, man, if I could just make this into a real
Oh, it
thing.
could be huge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then reality hits. Like, I don't know the first thing about coding,
Right.
but what if I told you there's a way to build AI-powered apps, even sell them without any coding?
Okay, now you've got my attention. That sounds almost impossible.
Well, that's what we're diving into today.
Uh-huh.
You sent over this info about AI apps empire, and let me tell you, their marketing is making some pretty wild claims.
Yeah, when I first saw this, I was definitely skeptical. Building an app in 60 seconds, no coding required, it all seemed a little too good to be true.
Right. But they're saying you can literally take your app idea, use their platform, and boom, you've got a working AI app. You could even brand it as your own. They call it white labeling.
So it looks like you built it from scratch.
Right.
Interesting.
And then the big thing, they say you can sell these apps and rake in some serious cash. No tech skills needed. They even claim to have over 200 pre-built apps and 5 ready-to-launch SaaS businesses.
SaaS meaning software as a service, for those who aren't familiar, basically online software you subscribe to.
Exactly. So for this deep dive, we're going to unpack all of this. Is AI apps empire the real deal? Can you actually build a profitable AI business without knowing how to code?
We need to look past the hype and figure out what this platform actually offers and how realistic these claims are, especially for our listeners who are interested in AI but don't have a tech background.
Okay, so their core promise is no-code AI app creation. They even say you can build an app in 60 seconds. Now, I'm not sure about that time frame, but the idea is that it's all drag and drop, super simple.
That's definitely appealing. The idea of building software without coding is becoming more and more popular, but integrating AI into that is a whole other level.
And here's where it gets even more interesting. They say you can actually train these AI apps with your own data. So if you have specific knowledge in a particular area, you can make the app super specialized.
That's crucial for making a truly valuable AI tool. Anyone can use generic AI, but having access to niche expertise is what sets you apart.
And speaking of pre-built options, they claim to have over 200 ready-made AI apps across all sorts of categories: marketing, local business, coaching, you name it.
So they're basically giving you a head start. You can offer solutions right away without having to build from scratch.
Exactly. They've got apps for writing, marketing copy, emails, social media content, running ads, SEO, e-commerce, even making videos.
That's a wide range, but the key question is how good are these pre-built apps and how much can you actually customize them?
Good point. And then they take it up a notch with these 5 ready-to-launch AI SaaS businesses, like SiteNexa for building websites, VidNexa for videos, and so on.
And they're all white label, so you can slap your own branding on them and sell them as your own products.
It's like having a business in a box. Pretty tempting for someone looking to get started quickly.
Definitely. But again, it all comes down to the quality and flexibility of these pre-made solutions.
So how do they say you could actually make money with all this? Well, they suggest selling individual apps to local businesses or clients. And get this, they recommend charging anywhere from $497 to $297 per app.
Wow, that's a pretty hefty price tag. You'd need to deliver some serious value to justify that.
Right. They also talk about offering your services on freelance platforms like Fiverr and Upwork, basically building AI apps for others.
That's a good option for leveraging your skills and building a client base.
You could also sell directly through your own website or even set up monthly subscriptions for your AI apps. Recurring revenue, always a good thing.
Absolutely. And they suggest you could even start your own AI SaaS agency, providing custom solutions to clients.
So lots of different monetization strategies. It really depends on your goals and how much time you want to invest.
Exactly. They're giving you a toolbox and you can choose how to use it.
Now, let's get into some of the features. They emphasize the white label rights, of course, but they also talk about how easy it is to embed these AI apps into websites and stuff.
That's key for usability. If it's a pain to integrate, no one's going to bother.
They say it's just a single line of code. Sounds almost too good to be true.
It does. But that kind of seamless integration is what makes no-code platforms so attractive.
They also mention having built-in payment processing with Stripe and PayPal. Pretty standard for any platform selling digital products these days.
Makes sense. You need a way to collect payments if you're selling apps or subscriptions.
And then there's this whole AI marketing suite they throw in. It's got automated marketing systems, pre-built sales funnels, templates, videos, images, basically everything you need to market your AI apps.
So they're not just giving you the tools to build, but also to sell. That's smart.
And get this, they even have a built-in client management system. So your clients can have their own white label versions of your SaaS with their own branding.
That's really interesting. It's just they're thinking beyond just individual app sales and encouraging you to build a whole client base.
And here's a feature that really opens things up.
Yeah.
They say you can create and sell AI apps in any language.
Wow, that's huge. You could potentially reach a global market.
Now, let's talk about their marketing. They're definitely playing up this AI gold rush narrative. AI is the hot new thing, everyone wants it, and you can get rich quick.
Right, we've all seen that kind of hype before. It's important to be realistic.
Totally. They throw in a bunch of success stories, people making millions with their AI apps, quitting their jobs, living the dream.
Classic testimonials. Always inspiring, but it's crucial to remember that those are likely exceptional cases.
Absolutely. And they compare their platform to how much freelancers are charging for AI services, implying that you could make way more with their system.
It's a way of positioning themselves as a high-leverage opportunity, which, to be fair, it could be.
And of course, there's a limited time offer, price going up soon, countdown timers, all that jazz. Classic marketing tactics to create urgency.
Right. Always good to be aware of that and not make a decision based solely on pressure.
They even boil the whole process down to 3 simple steps. Access the apps, customize them, and launch and profit.
Yeah.
It all sounds so easy.
They're definitely emphasizing the simplicity. But of course, the devil's in the details.
They even have this winning side versus losing side comparison. On the winning side, you're using their platform, launching apps in seconds, making bank. On the losing side, you're stuck with traditional development, wasting time and money.
Again, that's marketing for you, painting a clear picture of why their way is better.
They also offer a ton of bonuses, like training on AI agents, marketing guides, all sorts of things. They claim it's worth almost $6,000.
Bonuses are always nice, but the real question is, how valuable are they actually?
And they have the standard 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it out risk-free, at least in theory.
Always good to check the fine print on those guarantees.
Now, one of the more unique features is these human AI agents. They're talking about creating realistic AI versions of yourself or anyone else.
That's getting into some pretty advanced stuff.
They can be trained with your knowledge, your brand voice, and they can work for you 24/7, interacting with customers, answering questions, all that.
The idea of having a digital clone working for you is definitely intriguing.
They say you can even embed them on websites. And you can create and sell these custom AI agents or rent them out.
That opens up some interesting possibilities. It could be a whole new way to leverage AI.
They claim you get over 60 pre-built agents, and you can train them using URLs, PDFs, documents, no coding needed, and you can create video, audio, or chat agents.
So they're giving you a lot of flexibility in how you create and use these agents.
And of course, they emphasize no monthly fees, no API costs, no hiring developers, no hosting hassles. Basically, everything is taken care of.
It's a very appealing package. If it all works as advertised, it could be a game changer.
To get a little more grounded, we checked out their FAQ section. It confirms that the platform is web-based, so no need to download anything.
That's convenient.
Their refund policy seems pretty standard. They aim to comply with all the rules and regulations, but they advise you to double-check everything yourself.
Smart move.
And importantly, they clarify that lifetime access is actually estimated to be around 5 years.
Good to know. It's not truly lifetime, but 5 years is still a decent amount of time.
The basic plan comes with 10,000 credits, and you can buy more if needed. They also confirm that there are no monthly fees, at least during the launch period.
So those credits are how they limit usage.
Seems like it. They also mention video training and customer support, and data is stored on encrypted servers.
Okay, so they're covering the basics of security and support.
They define agents as AI assistants trained for specific tasks, and they say anyone can create them without coding.
So no technical skills needed, just the knowledge you want to impart.
These agents can handle things like marketing, customer engagement, education, and they can communicate in multiple languages.
That's quite versatile.
As for voice options, they have standard voices,
Yeah.
pro voices, 11 Labs voices, which are higher quality, and even voice cloning.
Wow, so you could have your own voice or someone else is speaking as the AI agent.
Pretty cool. They use natural language processing and generative AI to understand and respond. You can train them with up to 5 PDFs or website URLs.
So there are limitations on the training data, but that's understandable.
And you can update their knowledge base as needed. Finally, they say the basic version includes avatars that speak 5 languages, and you can unlock over 50 with an upgrade.
So there's room to scale and expand your reach.
So to sum it all up, AI Apps Empire is promising a lot. No-code AI app creation, tons of pre-built apps, ready-to-launch businesses, human AI agents, all sorts of monetization strategies, and the potential to make a lot of money.
It's definitely a compelling pitch, and the underlying technology is fascinating.
So for our listeners, the big question is this the real deal? Can you really build a successful AI business without coding?
It's hard to say for sure without trying it out, but the idea of democratizing AI development and making it accessible to everyone is exciting.
If platforms like this deliver on their promises, it could change the game for entrepreneurship and how we use AI in our lives.
It's definitely something to keep an eye on. The potential is huge.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We hope you found it informative. It's a fascinating topic, and we'll be sure to revisit it as these no-code AI platforms continue to evolve.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
And be sure to check out our other deep dives where we explore all sorts of cool tech and trends. Until next time.